protestors.
Yeah. Do you think they should be named and shamed?
Here's what I wish we could do. This is what I wish would happen, okay? Yeah. Naming and shaming is good.
Okay.
But the problem is you can't name and shame without it becoming like life-destroying.
Yesterday, it was a little bit wild, that episode.
What happened? Yesterday?
That was yesterday, wasn't it?
Okay.
Was it not yesterday?
What episode are we talking about?
You in the...
Oh, my live stream.
Yes.
We don't call those episodes, but for you like, it's all like an episode.
It is. Every day is an episode in Dan's life.
Yeah. Yesterday was a fun time. Yeah.
That guy was wild.
No, I don't have which book if you're asking, give me a book and I can look right now on my Kindle. I can't help you.
Yeah, he was.
He was off the hook. So one of them had what? Why the laughter?
I just hate my life.
Well, what part of it? Having to do the show?
Israel-Palestine part.
Oh, the Israel-Palestine part. Gotcha. Yeah,
and then the academic part is just getting insane to me.
Why would you do this to me?
Yes, God.
Why?
Okay, go ahead.
God.
Hi, baby. You didn't get any of this.
No, cheese kills dogs or something, right?
No, she eats cheese all the time.
Okay, I don't know. It's something that kills dogs. Chocolate.
Yes, and onions and grapes. And sugar-free gum and mints.
Well, okay. Well,
what are you asking?
One of them had two master's degrees, right?
Yeah.
And the other one had a PhD in history. Yeah. This is not working for me. I'm going to be honest with you. Also, we're supposed to go out to eat afterwards.
What's not working for you?
The eating thing.
Who the cares?
I care.
I do the show with you every single day, and for the entire duration of every show,
you just said who asked, and I said I asked,
and you're fucking obnoxious, and I sit here and I suffer through it, and now you have to suffer through me eating a little bit. Anyway,
reading books. I don't know about all that. That sounds like, really at the end of the day when they're like, tell me what book that's from. It's like, okay, well, do we really care what book it's from, or do you care what the fact inside of the book is from at that point? And no, okay, you disagree.
Yes.
Why?
If you are an expert or a master in a field, you tend to develop a pretty good working knowledge of the stuff that you're going through. I was very gentle on this yesterday, even after my stream. But the idea that you might just forget all of it is utter horseshit, or I just inhabit a world of higher IQ expert people, and these people are lower IQ.
Gotcha.
If you talk to a professional StarCraft player, if you talk to a professional poker player, if you talk to people that are professionals at their sports, these people will have almost encyclopedic knowledge. You can go up to somebody like Phil Ivey, and you can say like, hey, do you remember when you played in the WSOP, that one hand at that one table? And you'd be like, oh yeah, I had 9-10 of diamonds, and the guy in the 6 o'clock position at this, and he had that, and this guy opened with that range. People remember this shit when they're like experts or masters in their field. That's what they do. You're a PhD in some field, and you're talking about the claim that he was talking about was a really central claim to the entire narrative.
Which one was that? That the Jew. Wait. I think I remember.
Yeah.
That the Jews had a sneaky plan that they always knew from the beginning that they were going to come and
basically
do sneaky stuff.
Yeah, and this is like one of the central contested claims in all the history.
Yep.
And for you to just like say, oh, that's settled and everybody agrees with that, and then not have an inkling of where that idea came from, that is phenomenal.
It's really weird to me when I ask you for like a single point to an incredibly contentious topic that you know if you study this area, and you would act flabbergasted that I would ask you for evidence of the Jews wanting to pre-kick out or deny the partition plan when it's one of the most central defining points of the entire Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
But when I say phenomenal, what I mean is you pulled it out of thin air. Most likely, I think what I'm starting to realize more and more is people don't actually read any of the books on their shelves, or if they do, they did it for like a degree and they forgot all of it.
How many books do you think you've read? Not on Israel to Palestine, just in
my
general.
whole life, probably not many.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
My guess would be under 30.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think I don't remember all from most of them. Like, I remember actually like putting effort into reading some of them. Like, okay, this is going to be a really helpful book for learning management skills and shit like that. And I read it, and I now in my mind, I think I remember like 3 things from that book. Maybe that's it.
This is like my guess, and it's hard because I can't tell internally. Like I didn't know this until Common Core came out, that some people think of the same concept so unfathomably differently. When I read things, when I read them, this is how I learn stuff. Okay, there's a conceptual framework. And then once you've established that conceptual framework, the facts kind of slot in.
Yeah.
And then that's how I make sense of things. So like when I'm reading a book, it's not like I'm opening and I'm learning a new thing every fucking word. Stuff will slot into the conceptual framework that I have for the particular thing that what we're studying about. So that was one of the reasons. And like I'll say, like I can misspeak and people can misspeak or be incorrect about things. But when we're talking about, for instance, like large amounts of Jewish violence against British people, and he's mixing up a terrorist attack against the King David Hotel.
Neither of you are going to answer these. Okay. My question was: are there any major attacks before, before 1939 from the Jewish people to Britain? And like, what were some of those attacks?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think you're going to answer either of those, but
Yes. In fact, you just named one. The King David Hotel bombing was in 1937.
No,
2
that was
years
in
before migration.
no, I'm pretty sure that was 10 years later. I think that happened in either 44 or 45 or maybe 46.
Oh, no, 47. Yeah. So 40. Yeah. That one. No, I'm not talking about the limitation. Sorry, I'm just.
From I think in 45 or 46, like, oh well, that happened in the 30s. The reason why that mistake is so irritating to me isn't because he just got a date wrong. It's because the conceptual framework of the conflict is incorrect if you thought that Jews would have been engaging in massive terrorist attacks in the 30s, because that doesn't make sense of the timeline. It would be like saying, like, if I were to ask you, like, when do you think the Holocaust happened? You're like, I think the Holocaust was
the 70s?
I think like the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, right.
If that's your understanding, and let's you claim to have a decent understanding of
It's
history,
like how-
it doesn't fit
I think he
in
tried
conceptually.
to play it off like, oh, I was thinking of some other terrorist attack or some shit like that.
Yeah, but
right?
that terrorist attack is the largest terrorist attack that ever been enacted against British people up to that point in history, and it slots in perfectly in history. That makes sense why it happened at that point. Like, it's not random.
Yeah.
Like everything that you learn once you have like a decent framework, and this would be true of anything that you study. Like even like if you were to go do a carpentry project and you were to read a thing. I assume, because you're telling me now that you have some knowledge, when you read stuff, you should be having a whole bunch of like, oh, aha, like those kinds of moments. Not like, oh my God, this is brand new. I never even knew that you could do that. It's more like, oh, this makes sense. This is why people do this. Because you've got like the conceptual framework, right?
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
So that was a wild convo. And also, I felt the craziest part of the whole thing was just, I guess, like how when you were to tell them that they were wrong about something, how there was no pause or reflection on that. It was just like, oh yeah, that's what I meant. And then just moving on, just complete deflection at that point. I feel like if I was a PhD in something and I was getting blown the fuck out by a YouTube retard,
Yep.
I would be like, man, maybe I should have did a different career or something. I don't know. It wasn't a positive showing from them, but obviously the people there on the other side are going to always look at it and be like, oh wow, yeah, he blew him the out, of course. It's just all optics.
But when they think that, they're delusional. That's the difference.
That is true. They are.
Because
objectively,
I just wanted objectively.
We are
because
objective.
I just wanted like give me the one source and then the passages that he was reading were contradicting what he was saying.
Yeah, but it's like to them they don't matter. It doesn't matter. They read it anyways, and it's like, oh yeah, and you're like, you understand what you just read, right? And they're like, yes. It's like, what you just read agrees with what I say. And they're like, no.
You hold on, just to be ultra clear. You understand that this historian that you cited agrees with me, right? You understand that, right?
It agrees with what you say, but only. Anyways, it's very meta. Anyways, I thought it was a wild thing. These people are, I don't know. The thing is very strange. And you know what I don't like the most?
What?
So one of those dudes was quite obviously pretty Jewish, I'm imagining.
The professor guy?
Yeah.
Oh, he might have been, yeah.
I mean, he looked it. I feel like some of these people, like Norman Finkelstein and that professor dude, I think they lean so heavily on that shit to, yeah. All right, let's get into the college protest. That's a big deal right now. How are you feeling about this? You know what I saw?
What'd you see?
I don't even know if this is true, but I saw that there was a bunch of crazy Jews that went in there like a squad or some shit to the protesters at this is at Columbia, right? I think it was at Columbia. Anyways, they went in there and just some wild shit.
Yeah.
Don't eat another cracker.
Things. I'm almost done with them.
You know, we'll wait. It's fine. I don't mind.
No, talk about it. Yeah, wild shit. Wow. They went in, they shot fireworks. Probably shouldn't be doing that. Sounds pretty illegal. They should get in trouble for it. I agree with you.
I mean, I agree too. I agree too.
Cool. Like and roll the clip of the fireworks.
Oh, said a bad word. Said a bad word.
I'd love to be the dude flying the drone over this.
Back up, but occasionally you see somebody try and either pull it
Very
down
unique
or kick it down.
perspective to have
It
for
just
this.
is escalating by the second.
Not good. Why are you laughing?
Because you're eating.
Why are you laughing?
Because you're eating.
You laugh.
You're eating during this.
They're throwing fireworks and you're laughing.
You don't throw fireworks. You light them. They can't see your face right now.
I'm not. I don't want them
There's
to.
nothing to see.
There's nothing to see. It looks like the. I'm sorry.
What? No, say it, please.
It
Let's get
looks
some-
like all the underpasses in LA. Fuck me.
Oh God. Okay.
Why? Do you think maybe they'll donate their tents to all the people underneath the underpasses, so they'll have even like more upgraded living conditions afterwards? That's good, at least. I think you should be allowed to do it for as long as you're not violating any rules. I think it's like a reasonable time, place, and conduct or something that as long as you adhere to this, you should be able to protest as much as you want. But if you're disrupting events, if you are out, I think there might be curfews on like how late you can protest or whatever. And obviously you can't bring like loudspeakers to make noise. As long as you're not breaking any rules, they shouldn't be able to remove you from a public university.
All right. Like we have our demand list. You want to go ahead and pull that up real quick?
Demand list?
Yeah, I just sent it to you. Urgent. You seeing? These are the demands from the what they call the Chaz? What was the last one?
That was the one.
Chaz was in Seattle.
Yeah. Okay. Airsoft goggles. Wouldn't you just ask for like regular goggles? Why
They need to
airsoft?
make sure they're really high quality. They don't want like swimming goggles.
Team Kendrick or Drake on the recent diss track. I feel like this is going to be quite distracting. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's good for redact.dev. That's good. We've done our dude has been good. Okay, skater helmets. These guys suck at doing this list. Why not just a bicycle helmet? Skater helmet different than a bicycle helmet? How is it different?
Covers your ears.
A bicycle helmet doesn't?
No, it's those flat top, like, just kind of covers your head.
Okay. Interesting. Wood for barrier. Plywood. Knee and elbow pads, rain ponchos, canopies, utility gloves without reinforced knuckles. Why without? You want them with the reinforced knuckles. Those are the motorcycle gloves. You know, I bought a pair of motorcycle gloves because
if they're getting into they're being responsible. If they're getting into confrontations, they don't want to have some additional thing to do more damage. They're defending themselves, not trying to waylay people.
Why do they need wooden barricades?
to keep out the bad people. Obviously,
I feel like the barricades are probably not allowed. That'd be my guess.
They definitely have barricades already. EpiPens. You know, I have one of those.
Yeah.
All right. Basically, these guys, they seem like a bunch of stuck
retards.
Oh. Well, we can go with yours too. Hot food for lunch, not cold food. Okay.
Very important.
Very
Imagine
important.
they show up with pizza Lunchables. I would get it out of here.
I fucking love.
Not me.
This is a bad. Maybe you don't do this. I'm a thief, and I've stolen my kids' Lunchables. What else do we got? Let me just see other big stuff that's
No
happening.
bagels. Were they made by
We're
Jewish
still-
people?
No hummus.
I'm trying to figure out
Do you
what.
think they claim hummus? Palestinians?
I don't know.
They claim shakshuka.
Were bagels invented by a Jew?
I don't know.
Why do they have no bagels? Also, why no packaged food?
Why no bagels?
Jews did invent bagels. They were invented in Poland.
Okay, wait. Now hold on.
Uh-huh.
Question for Lycan. Did Jews invent bagels or did Zionists invent bagels?
Oh.
You were such a bad faith piece of shit. You
Well,
know
if
that?
Jews invented bagels, why would they say no bagels? Because I thought they're not anti-Semitic, right? It's just
That
anti-Zionist.
is true. He's got you there. That's
don't get me wrong. On face value, that's why I'm like, did some dipshit loser do this? Because the no bagels thing is really fucking stupid. I'm surprised it doesn't say no Coca-Cola products. Like, I hate that shit. But I have my criticisms of...
Why no bananas? Did the Jews, do they own all the banana
No,
plantations?
maybe they're racist, Dan.
Huh?
Maybe they're racist.
Bananas?
I don't know. I'm trying here.
Bananas are racist?
What do you mean by that, Lycan? Racist how?
I'm sorry. I'm doing production stuff.
No, but I'm just trying to figure out how bananas can be racist.
And they don't want ice either.
It was the joke
Ice
that
is
didn't
out.
land. It was
No
the joke
ice.
that didn't land. Well, yeah, of course. These are leftists. Of
No,
course
they want ice.
Of course they hate ice.
No, they don't want... Wait, oh no, they do.
They do want ice.
But the ice doesn't make sense.
What do you mean it doesn't make sense? They've got to cool down the hot food.
For injuries. Put ice on wounds.
Yeah, those Jews, they're serious out there. They're in the streets. They're ready.
We just saw them throwing fireworks and fists.
You know, something interesting for you to look into. So around Miami Beach, you'll see it. So there's
Water?
this. You will see water. That is another thing you will see sometimes. However, another thing that you'll see is that in some of these Jewish restaurants, there's this poster of this dude, and he's on the wall. And he's just like, it looks like a very Jewish dude with a long beard. But this dude, okay, he's like the dude of the Lubavitch or something movement. I don't fucking know. These guys, what, do you know what I'm talking about?
Keep going. I'm listening to you.
Anyways, these dudes are wild.
Okay.
These are the wildest of the wild.
I don't even know what they're wild for. Is this a rapist? Is he like King Jew? Is he like does he steal shit? What is he wild for?
They're like extremists. I think these dudes are the dudes that had the tunnel going to their shit in New York.
Okay. Gotcha.
Anyways, they're like an insane whatever.
Okay.
You'll see them out here.
Okay. I'll keep my eyes open for him.
You can talk to them. You know, you could do
He could be on this show.
You could do interesting interviews with these people here. You live in Little Israel. Well, you live near
south of it.
You live south of Little Israel. You could interview some of the most extremist Jews in the country.
Do they even give a about Israel shit? They
the
live in
most
America.
extremist Jews in the country?
Yeah.
Yes, they care.
Well, if they were that extreme, why the don't they go live in Israel?
Because they can't.
Why
You know-
not?
You know what? I think it might be a little bit of imposter syndrome. They're here, so they go twice. I'll tell you. So I've been to Jerusalem, and I've been, obviously, to Miami Beach. And I'll tell you,
When he says Jerusalem, he just means West Jerusalem, by the way, guys. Go ahead.
I was in Jerusalem. I went to the wall. Not the actual communist wall, but, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I'll go there eventually.
Go ahead.
Anyways, I'll tell you, it was more extremist out up there towards 41st Street than it was in Jerusalem.
Okay.
That's just a fact. Jerusalem, I was there. It's like, this is nothing. The dudes who invaded the Columbia shit, I think they were from that extremist sect.
The protesters that are 20-year-old white college kids are
Not the protesters, the Jews that counter-protested that came in.
part of this guy's group.
Yeah, that guy's dead though.
I thought my guess is the counter-protesters are probably just a young bunch of Jewish kids.
I thought they were from the extremist sect. That's what I'm saying.
No, show me that. Hold on. I will fucking join the IDF tomorrow. If it was a
Really?
bunch of Hasidic Jews with the hats that were throwing
No,
fireworks.
they were from the Lubavitch movement.
I want to see that. Bring the clips up again.
Bring
that
up
would
the
be
clip,
fucking
Lycan. I wanna know.
unreal. Jews versus Palestinians, and everybody's just LARPing
Well, that's
in
what
the United States. Well, except that for some reason over here, the Jews dig the tunnels instead of the Palestinians. But
Okay, no, we don't need the video. We need
we do need the video. Okay, that guy right there. So that guy's part of the extremist Jewish Hasidic Orthodox whatever called that one. Which one? Show me which one. Dude.
Hold on. Oh my god. Okay.
Do they have video footage of them emerging from the tunnels here, or have they not dug them that far yet? Like, do you know?
That is very anti-Semitic.
I don't know. I think the tunnels were in the Bronx, maybe Brooklyn, something like that.
Okay.
Why? Why
I should know
add
this
that?
shit? Okay, well, I don't know it. Sorry.
Is that the which ones? Those ones?
Okay, the yellow flag with the crown. Where's the yellow flag at, Lycan? That's okay. Just type away, not answer me.
I'm looking.
Well, it would be in the video, but that's fine.
Are you really allowed to set up tents for a...
Okay, Chabad Lubavitch is the name of the sect of Hasidic Jews. Hold on, we got a donation. I love it. This is amazing. Okay.
I'm not seeing anything about Lubavitch
Rebbe,
Jews.
he's not
being
the
there.
leader of extreme. They're just Hasidic Orthodox. My understanding, which is nothing, because I'm not very smart, is that the Hasidics are like the Mormons of the Jews. They're the more serious ones. You know, they take that shit for real.
I honestly have no idea.
For real. You should look into it. That part. Because I think what happened in Judaism, if I remember correctly, which probably isn't correct, is that there was a split in Judaism that happened sometime 10 to 20 years ago. And then basically what happened is that there was a side that went with mysticism and a side that went without mysticism. and the Luboviches, they're with the Mystics or without the Mystics, one or the other. I'm not sure. But that would be important information for you to know. Otherwise, they're going to drag you over the coals when they're like, you don't even know what the most serious Jewish dude is in America.
And then I'll be able to identify the guy in the poster better who's related to this.
Probably the most important Jewish dude for most Jews in the world.
That guy in the poster?
If you go to Miami Beach, he's on every
Wouldn't that
poster.
be like Abraham or something
I just
like
understood
that?
what you're saying. I thought you meant that they had him on posters here as like, look out for him. Like he was actually in Miami Beach.
No.
But you're saying he was in New York. So now the tunnels comment you made makes more sense.
No,
Okay.
he's like the hero.
So
of
he's
the
like
people.
he is like an important guy. He's not just a random in Miami Beach.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes a little more sense.
You thought he was like Osama bin Laden? Like,
Oh, I thought it was just like, watch out for this guy. He's like a
No.
celebrity on Miami Beach.
no. This guy is like he's the dude.
Wait, so is he at these protests?
No, he's dead.
Oh. Wait, what's this guy's name?
It's something. It's the Chabad Lubavitch.
Chabad Lubavitch.
And then he's like that dude. Yeah, that
Wait,
dude
is
right
it
there.
Chabad?
Well, not just Chabad, but Chabad Lubavitch.
This is an Orthodox Jewish Hasidic dynasty.
It was a huge split that happened within the Hasidic Orthodox Judaism where it got
It
divided
formed 250 years ago.
No, something happened more recently with this dude, that dude in the posters, and it split the community in half. It was a huge f***ing deal. And either you're with him or you were against him.
Wait, that's not his name. His name is...
Yeah,
It's Menachem Mendel Schneerson.
Yeah, boy, that's about
Why are you
as
laughing,
Jewish of a
Steven?
last name as it gets.
Because it's a funny Jewish name.
That's almost as Jewish as Norman Finkelstein.
Transformed the movement into one of the most widespread Jewish movements in the world. Under his leadership, Chabad established a large network of institutions that seek to satisfy the religious, social, and humanitarian needs of Jews across the world.
Yeah.
Oh, and apparently one of the things that they're involved in is illegally running fireworks from Missouri up to New York.
Really?
Crazy. I just made that up, sorry.
Oh, I believed you. Okay. Well, that's the dude. I think this is something for you to learn about. I don't want to learn about it because it's not that interesting to me. You know what is interesting to me?
What?
Trainwrecks calling out Kick.com about raising their standards publicly.
Wow.
That's interesting to me because I have some questions.
Okay.
Lycan,
Sir.
pull up the Reddit thread.
Uh-oh.
That would be this one right there.
You send a message?
Nope. I highlighted on the list the link I wanted you to click.
I don't see a highlight, sir.
Well, it would be reddit.com/r/destiny/comments/1CGFV5. Are we really doing this? Right here.
You
Here,
need to
I can't-
you suck. Who did you put this together or August?
August.
Okay. Well,
There we go.
Never mind. I have no
Don't worry,
complaints.
guys.
then.
I got you.
Look, there's
How
the
we doing
message.
today?
Stop.
Dan is losing
Collab-
his
listen,
mind right now.
I'm not.
Dan and Lycan are collaborating, trying to figure
I
out
can hear
production.
you quite clearly.
He can't hear us.
I can hear you so clearly. Clear as day.
Fuck, he's got those special Jew ears.
Yes.
I can hear
You know
everything.
why? Because hearing is free. And that's why I love it.
Yeah.
Smelling too. Love the smells. Anyways. All right. Here we go. Trainwrecks says he's not streaming on Kick anymore. That seems wild to me if you're an owner of the business. You know
Is
what
he?
you would
I'm
never...
still not sure who has equity or who I never...
Well, he says he's an owner of it, right?
Okay.
So let me just go through the comment chain here so we know where we're at.
Yeah, go for it.
Hey, Train, when the absolute fuck are you going to stream again? And then he says,
What is this comment chain of?
Train responding to a no-namer
Yeah, but it's just like...
in
Whose chat is
Oh,
this
from
in?
Destiny's chat today. 2
From
days
Destiny's
ago.
chat.
Cool. Okay.
Hey, JG Killian 777. As soon as the majority owners of Kick start f***ing listening and have better overall standards for this platform, that sentence didn't sentence, but you get what I mean. I will not stream on my own platform until there are higher standards here. It's getting embarrassing here if I'm being honest. And then someone said, Train, can't you fix it? And he said, I'm trying. So first off, he misspoke. I don't know if you caught that or not. Early on, right there at the top, he said that sentence didn't sentence. Classic Train.
That was a good
All
one.
right. Anyways, that was a fake laugh.
You thought it was funny.
Here's my take. if he had any meaningful equity that he could sell or deal something with,
call
this
out
would be
coming.
crazy. What's
Go
that?
ahead.
No.
I said big call coming. Go ahead. I'm just going to play by play. Go ahead.
It's crazy to do this publicly. If you were owner in a company,
Yeah.
you want to make any statements, or are you just a f***ing pussy afraid?
I'm not.
Yeah, then say something. What do you think about this?
You were just about to say something.
No,
Finish it.
you're such a f***ing coward.
I'm the least cowardice person here.
Hold on, we got a donation coming.
Oh my god. Oh.
Oh, Rob Miller, the Mossad handler, just gave us $20. Thank you.
Wait, what is he upset? Like, what behavior? What things on?
What was Dan
Kick?
gonna say? Can he finish his fucking thought?
I'm trying to help him.
If he's an owner, publicly calling out like that seems wild to me. Do you have anything to say about anything at all?
I thought you were gonna make a statement with substance.
Such a fucking pussy.
You're not gonna make a statement with substance.
I am making a statement. I think it's fucking crazy that he did this.
Wow.
All right, and let me drive some facts from this.
Oh yeah.
I think that probably the owners of Kick probably him over a little bit.
Ooh.
You know why?
Why?
Because I think that when Train came on in the beginning, he was pushing Kick pretty heavy. Who are you texting right now?
I'm not texting anybody.
You are.
I'm not.
You are.
I was
Anyways,
just saying if my stream is live on Kick.
early on,
It is.
I think that he was pushing Kick really heavy, and I think that's probably because the owners of Kick were like, "Listen, you're going to be, a big part of this company. You're going to be a big owner," and I think that they probably him, and that didn't materialize because otherwise this doesn't make sense. If you're any meaningful owner in a company, don't fucking make that face at me.
I'm sorry.
What is wrong with you?
Stoic. My bad.
Okay, if you're stop kicking my feet.
Why are you on my side?
You see
Did you say your fucking?
the fucking
say your
line is right here.
Oh my god!
You see the line? Don't cross it. This is in the middle. You understand? Don't cross. And I need another.
You guys
drink.
scared Eve, okay?
I need another fucking drink. Listen to me. You won't say anything because you're scared.
I haven't even got a chance to get my commentary yet. I was waiting for you to say something meaningful.
Listen.
No.
Okay, listen. I think the owners of Kick fucked him. It's the only explanation.
Okay.
It's the only explanation. He had meaningful equity, and now they've done something like maybe Kick didn't.
What if they transferred it all to that guy in the poster?
Kick didn't meet some benchmark or something like that, and as a result, maybe he didn't hit some earnout threshold, and now he doesn't.
There's no shot he has like a conditional thresholded fucking.
So you think
earnout.
that Kick that Train has like 10% equity of Kick or something?
I just going totally. I would be shocked if he had more than 1%. That'd be wild to me. Hey, what are you drinking? That's what horses eat.
Moscow Mule. That is what horse. Is hay the same thing as alfalfa?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
What is alfalfa?
Alfalfa is a combination of hay and other nutrients that you put inside a bundle, and then horses eat it, and then they get nutrients from it. Oh, fucking know.
No, alfalfa is hay.
Good job, dipshit.
Right there. Okay.
And for what?
Moscow Mule. You don't need any of that. Last time you got a little toasted last episode. It's fine. Not a big deal. Okay.
That's mens rea. True.
What's mens rea? What's the difference between what are the two things again?
Mens rea and Moscow Mule.
No. Mens rea and something else. Intent? No.
I think so, yeah.
I'm trying to learn. Can you teach me something? Can you
Mens rea refers to a criminal state of mind that is a prerequisite towards committing a criminal
versus
activity,
dolus specialis,
which is this highly specialized intent required for the prosecution of genocide.
Okay. Yeah. For your people, the Cubans?
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything.
Good,
actually.
don't. I'm
That's
glad.
fine. So, okay.
Yeah.
My guess is that the owners of Kick fucked him with an earnout on this.
Okay.
Because it wouldn't make sense that Train would have gone that hard early on for 1% of Kick. Unless he thought that there was a benefit.
Why not? Didn't Twitch sell for $1 billion to Amazon?
Yeah, but back when Kick started, it was fucking nothing. Don't you remember the early days of Kick? It was like...
Yeah, well, you're a small business owner. Welcome to equity. That's the whole point. It starts off with
1%?
nothing. Sure. You sell for...
He was pushing it pretty hard for 1%. Let me tell you, I got some people in my company who have 5%, and I have to suck their... to like do a line of TypeScript.
Well, maybe you need to hype your employees up more.
Believe me, I do as much hyping as I fucking can. These guys, it's fine.
What? Okay, not to be mean to anybody.
Good.
Why would you give Train more equity in your startup if he's not? Unless he's like,
don't you think that Train was pretty influential in the creation of Kick and getting people to actually go on it and talking with people like X?
How much did he? I thought he streamed more on Twitch than Kick when it first started. Like he was streaming, still doing Gamma streams on Twitch or still doing other shit on Twitch. I thought more than he was streaming on Kick. I could be wrong on that, but
I could be wrong too. I don't know. I thought he was influential in the creation of Kick.
I know he talked about it a lot before it started up and everything, but
he was the dude who made that, who was like wrangling people onto that shit. Was he not?
maybe.
How involved was he in getting you on Kick?
I mean, kind of. He connected me with the CEO, but like after that, it was the CEO that got me there. With
yeah, no shit. But like,
he could have also just emailed me. I think.
I don't know. I feel like they turned on him, and I think it's up because I think that Train probably made Kick for what it is, and he sees. Honestly, he probably sees what it's turning into, and it's up. It's a. You can't have the wild, wild west. You know what the problem is?
Yeah, I know what the problem is.
You don't know what the problem is.
I do know what the problem is.
I'm going to tell you what the problem is.
You can tell me what you think the problem is, and I'll tell you what the problem actually is.
So back in the day, there was a video, and I don't recommend you watch it on stream, and it's called Holla Holla Get Dollar, okay? And this is a video of Counter-Strike 1.6 of a kid going fucking wild, okay? Saying crazy shit, okay?
What kind of crazy shit?
I can't even say it, how crazy it is.
Okay.
A lot of... Do not pull up the video, Lycan.
Yeah, pull it up. Let's hear it.
No, don't pull up. What?
It's on YouTube. It should be fine.
The fuck is this? No, it will not be fine. Trust me. Do not pull it up. What is this?
It's Holla Holla Get Dollar.
It's not the actual Holla Holla Get Dollar. Okay? Stop it.
It's from 7 years ago.
It's not it. Trust me. And do not pull it up. Okay?
Did he just say 1.6 was from 7 years ago?
Counter-Strike 1.6 was like from 600 years ago.
No, that's what
yeah.
Oh shit, it got removed for violating YouTube's policy on hate speech.
This was fucking wild video. Back in the day, you had every piece of content was like that Holla Holla Get Dollar, which was a crazy video saying shit and
roll clip 72 of Dan talking about how the
me!
internet used to be a different place and way more brutal. Go ahead. Sorry, keep going.
You're such a
go ahead. No, back in the day, the internet was way more brutal.
Okay,
yeah.
It was different.
It was.
Okay, and now, okay.
Yeah.
It's not acceptable anymore for good reason because that shit is not okay. Like
banned.
that. And Kick is like that now. It's crazy. The Kick or Keep shit was unhinged. Don't look at me like that.
I'm agreeing.
Yeah, your show, the Kicker.
I'm sorry.
What is wrong with you? You haven't even drank anything. Here.
I'm not drinking. No, we're not doing that today. No. I've already exceeded my N-bomb per capita this year, like in April, okay?
So yeah, I gotta drink it.
You do, that's right. Otherwise, Abba's never coming on this show, okay?
What? If I don't drink?
If I keep drinking.
Oh.
I won't give you any more than that. That was like 3 drinks before that moment. So
just, can you say your f***ing point?
That Kick's turning into that.
Okay.
Like to a not, and it's not good. Like just being on you go to like a random channel on Kick and it's people just screaming the N-word and the F-word and going wild. And
bring
like,
up 5 random streams on Kick. Let's see if we can find a single slur sayer. Oh, sorry. Hold on, Dan. You got to check your texts real quick. Oh my God.
Hold on.
what do we want? Just chatting, or should we go for Call of Duty?
Go do a choice.
Oh shit, I got a serious text.
Yeah, I got a serious text. Hold on.
God. I just thought it was Trainwrecks. He's chewing Dan out right now.
Trainwrecks is messaging me right now.
Dan's about to move off of this fucking topic immediately. Holy shit. What's it about? Tell us.
What about?
Your text.
Oh. I think I see your cat outside. Should I bring him into you? Is this an inside or outside cat?
Who's asking?
My neighbor.
Tell him, why the f is he looking in your yard?
No, I mean it's in his yard.
Yeah,
but
tell him to leave it the f alone.
I think it's my neighbor's cat. Oh. LOL, that's my neighbor's
oh my fucking God.
outside cat. He's a badass. Okay. Sorry. Crisis averted. Love cats, man. They're the best. Anyway.
If I see that cat, I'm gonna f it.
Okay.
He's never gonna be an outdoor cat again.
Yeah. After that, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. What were we talking about?
You were building up to, you did like a 4-minute yap, and you were about to say something brave and epic about Train.
Yapping. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kick being a bad thing. Kick's gone to shit.
Okay.
How far away from Kick do you think it is to becoming Rumble? If you had to guess.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, thank you for that substantive answer. I appreciate that.
I'm sorry. Let me quantify. How far is
You know, it's not a hard question. It really isn't.
Here's the question.
Ask me.
Okay, I'll ask you. Okay.
No, ask me.
I'm gonna ask you. Okay.
Go ahead.
If you were to compare Kick to a 1990s cable TV channel, which one would be the closest to it? Would it be closer to Showtime or HBO?
HBO, because
Yeah.
Showtime wasn't that edgy back then.
Really?
Yeah, ask me how close
I
it is
know
to
it was
Rumble.
edgy back then. They had boobs.
No, that was Cinemax.
That was Showtime.
Skinemax.
Showtime.
You're
was the
retarded.
channel. Cinemax was on Showtime. It was a block. It was a programming
You're
block.
wrong, and now you're trying to guess because you don't know. You know why? Because you're too poor for the pay channels.
That's not even how that worked.
It is work, and
No,
I
it's
had
not.
the cable to scrambler box, and I got to watch it all for free. Anyways, Kick's got to get shit. I mean, it doesn't have to. It's got to be losing a ton of money. You think? Even with the gambling shit, do you think it's profitable?
Considering Twitch isn't profitable, I would be surprised if it was profitable.
Yeah, I would too.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what happens to it. You think they just keep eating losses? They make so much money off stake, they just don't give a
I don't know how much money they go off stake, or if it's even an effective funnel to stake. But
it might. I don't think it's an effective funnel to stake. And actually, I could be wrong. It could be an effective funnel to stake. I see a lot of gambling ads on Rust videos these days.
Yeah,
a lot. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of wild. Okay, so that was the train thing.
I think the issue is like everybody can see what happens if you build your stuff off of like being ultra edgy. Then of course you're going to attract an ultra edgy audience, and it's very hard to just do a quick 90-degree pivot from that audience into something different.
Yeah,
so it's kind of strange because I'm pretty sure Train co-signed all of that like over and over and over again
at the
and
start.
You can't, yeah, constantly. Wasn't
like what, like being edgy, or
am I crazy, or wasn't I on? Wasn't Train there when Aiden called me like a 40-year-old like 15 times in a row?
We can go anywhere in public. Nobody knows who you are. Everyone knows who I am. So that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yes.
Nobody
knows who I am. Everybody knows who's that one guy that thought was gay from Andrew Tate's stream. That's what the only thing knows about him. That's the
You're a 40-year-old. You're a 40-year-old.
Aiden,
you're a 40-year-old.
And it seemed like we didn't have much of a problem with it now. So you can't like do a deal with the devil and then be surprised when like Satan comes to nip you in the ass in a few months, which it feels like everybody has co-signed Aiden's behavior because people will back for his audience. That's it. And if you're going to do that for a while, you can only suck so much before your stomach explodes with disgusting cum. Like that's what happens right now.
All right. Well, we got the clip all set to go. Good. All right. Next clip. Neon and Squeeze. These people that do this shit with cars, these are actual terrorists that should be handled. Like putting people's lives at risk doing this shit, lane splitting and shit like that. What do you think the punishment should be for people that do this type of shit?
Well, probably willful reckless endangerment, which I think is the legal punishment for driving like this, which usually results in an automatic suspension of your license, and it can be a Class A misdemeanor or a felony in some states.
No, I think this is above and beyond that.
Oh, I'm sorry. The laws on the books aren't good enough for you. So would we suggest vigilante justice, or what would you want to do here, Dan?
So you know what I think is different? I think that you could get reckless driving.
What is reckless driving? Is that like evil Kniezer or whatever? What do they call the guy that did the
kill yourself?
Yeah, that would be it.
All right.
Anyway, don't worry, he doesn't care. What was your comment on this? Go.
Okay. All right. It's okay. It's different. When I was a kid, I was a street racer.
Play clip number 42 about Dan appealing to the past. Okay, go ahead.
Stop mocking me.
When you were a kid, nobody drove recklessly.
That's true. No, they did. I drove recklessly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that was like from a stoplight going forward. Racing a car next to you type of thing. That was like what you did when you were a dipshit teenager.
Okay.
This seems different to me because I never would do shit like that. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Don't raise your eyebrows at me.
I can't express.
Do you not think that's another level beyond? You get reckless danger charge for fucking racing from a stoplight.
Mm-hmm. Well,
do you think there should be a different charge for this?
I don't think you would get willful reckless endangerment for racing at a stoplight. I'm not sure if you would.
I think, or at least, I think you might.
If you don't break the speed limit, are you actually technically?
You would definitely be breaking the speed limit. Well, street racing?
What if the speed limit's 40 and just goes 0 to 40? Right? That's not breaking the speed limit, is it?
I think they still get you for something like improper start or something and reckless endangerment. Yeah, I'm sure there's a law for it.
What do they run on your ticket? He accelerated too fast.
Yes, literally that. There's.
And you get a ticket for accelerating too fast. Maybe you can.
You can. What's the first answer? Read it out loud.
It says, yes, if the acceleration was fast enough to be reckless.
There you go.
i.e. squealing tires or spinning out, especially in bad weather. So
now this is where you try.
Spinning out is true.
Now this is where you try
squealing
to change
tires,
what you said.
You're never gonna get a ticket for squealing tires.
Not in a Ford Focus RS, you're not.
True. You know why? Because it has
it's
all-wheel
slow.
drive. Your tires don't squeal
Yeah,
because you've got
it's
a
slow.
drivetrain that puts every bit of horsepower at that crank right to the fucking ground
Actually-
on all four of your tires. Also because on a Focus RS, if you're smart enough to have that car, you're using summer tires, not no-season tires like this retard over here drives on. They're like, oh, I can drive so well in the rain and in the snow. I have all-season
Yes,
tires.
I have all-season tires in Miami. That's me. That I do. I was right. You're wrong, and you're trying to gaslight me.
No, you're not going to get a ticket for accelerating from 0 to 30. No shot.
Yes,
Unless
you will.
Like, veer out of your. Well, I would try, but my license plates are expired by 8 years. But if we get in your car, we're going to try accelerating at a stoplight.
You would absolutely get a. You would not only could you get a ticket, you might get actually arrested for doing that. Like even in a Tesla, that goes like 0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
So
Absolutely.
how fast can you accelerate? What's the derivative? Tell me. Like
Not 0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
5 seconds, 6 seconds.
Probably.
Are you
10
going to get into like
at least?
Are you going to have a Calc 1 debate with the judge in terms of like how fast am I allowed to accelerate? Or
I think you would just lose. Basically,
Yeah.
I think
the
like,
cop would say he accelerated way too fast, Your Honor. And
exactly.
You'd be like, well,
and that would be your word against the cops. And then they would look and they would see that you have a Ford Focus RS and the tiny penis.
tiny penis.
Yeah, they would make you show it in there, and then they would be like, "Yep, I side with the
Is that what
government
they make
wins."
you do in traffic court, Dan?
Yeah, they do. But I pull out my giant f***ing dong, and they're like, "Oh, this guy
and then after
definitely
you
wasn't
take
speeding."
the strap on off, then what do they see?
I don't have a strap on. I just said I had a giant dong.
Yeah, I know. It's plastic. Probably got it from China.
Wrong. Okay.
Dan has one of those bad dragons, but he crossed out like the f***ing R, the G, and the O, and he just has like bad Dan on it. Like and roll the next clip. Go ahead.
Which clip? We've gone out of order. I don't know
Okay,
what
sorry.
the next
Hold on.
one
Let
is.
me pull up the list of important things. Okay.
Okay.
We're really supposed to go. Boy, August really wants us to cover these college protests. Why don't you just say how much you hate college students?
I hate college students. We have a
Do
right
you
to
want that?
protest,
You know
though.
what? Do you think they should all get expelled? They're so stupid though. When
No,
you're in
why would
college,
you get
you're
expelled
so.
for protesting?
Well, I mean, they're taking it to another level, are they not?
I would say it depends on how quickly they accelerated their cars on the way to the protest. Because if they accelerated really fast, then maybe it's reckless endangerment on campus.
I understand if you don't want to actually answer because you're scared. I understand. That's fine. So I think that if some of these protesters are getting wild and doing absolutely insane shit, there's real life consequences.
Do you know why I think they're getting wild?
Why?
I bet it's because they got over their equity deals for Campbell. and now they're seeing it. They're like, "Oh shit!" They
I don't think this
because some of these college kids, they were the biggest pushers of Ivy League schools, and now to come out and say statements that are this wild, no bananas, no bagels, really? They got to get over super hard. I bet the schools aren't earning much money. They're getting cut out of deals.
Richard Lewis, if you're out there, please come here. We can start a show together. I'm just like I'm being abused for no reason whatsoever. I'm trying to have a conversation here. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Do your little nostrily laugh again one more time.
I have Crohn's disease. It makes that noise sometimes.
Crohn's disease?
Yeah.
Do you think these people should be named and shamed? The protesters. Doxed, basically.
I just thought of the funniest.
Go ahead. Just go ahead. Don't answer another question. I'm
Have
sorry.
you ever been walking around and there's like somebody's like, oh god, there's like an alligator like trying to attack my child, and they see you in that hat and they're like, thank God you're here. Can you go save my kid?
You know what? I would save the kid. I'd pull out my gun and I'd blast that alligator and I'd save the kid. You know what you would do? Oh, sorry, I left my alien at home because it's so massive I can't take it with me, but if it was here I'd put 20 shots right into its head with no recoil. That's you. Me, I'm there. I'm ready to get business done. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference.
Okay, I'm sorry, what was your question?
I forgot.
I'm sorry. It was about the protesters.
Yeah. Do you think they should be named and shamed?
I don't know. That's a hard one.
That is a hard one. That question comes from a member of my Rust group, Highnighter. He wanted to know.
Here's the issue. Is talk shit get hit? I think that here's what I wish we could do. This is what I wish would happen. Okay. Yeah. I think that naming and shaming is good.
Okay.
But the problem is you can't name and shame without it becoming like life destroying. Like in a perfect Stephen Bonnell world, all of these kids would be listed on a website, so people would laugh at them, people would name and shame them, but then you would like forget about it in a month or two. You'd be like, you guys are being retarded. Here's your positions. You. And then but then you move on from it. But the problem is if you put people on websites, you start naming and shaming people, their shit is like follows them forever and people get unhinged about it.
Yeah. But really on the internet though, if they just like, you know, they're doing this wild shit, should it be truly without consequence?
Well, in the United States, we typically defend people's rights to protest, and the idea that there would be severe consequences behind protesting is kind of counterintuitive to the ability to protest. So
I guess sure.
Something called a chilling effect.
Okay, you could. Yeah, it is a chilling effect.
Do you want a chilling effect on protests?
That's hard to say. If you're on the other side, you probably do. Not if you're on the, not if you're on the protester side.
So probably not good to have a chilling effect. If you want to protest, you should be allowed to protest. If you're there and people take pictures of you, they take pictures. If you want to wear a mask so people can't tell you are, then you wear a mask so people can't tell you are.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think should happen, Dan?
Yeah, why don't you answer a question for once?
All I do is answer questions. All you do is ask me questions.
I haven't asked anything.
Yeah, exactly. You do nothing. You participate like zero on all of this whatsoever. Okay.
I'll just write down zingers for the day.
What do I think should happen? I firmly believe that all of these kids are fucking retarded. All of the protesters, for the most part. I think they're retarded. I don't think they understand. I think they didn't give a fuck about any of the other massacres or genocides that happened in the US.
Yeah, but this is true of like all protests, right?
They didn't care about anything else happening in the past of any other genocides, and they only care now because there's Jews on the other side of it. That's my opinion of what... There was like a million other genocides that have happened in the last 10 years, and no one said all about it. There's probably some crazy shit happening in Africa right now where people are getting slaughtered and no one gives a or the shit going on in China with the Uyghurs, and they don't talk about it because they don't give a they don't like it because they hate Jews for the most part.
Damn.
Do you disagree with that statement?
I think the source is anti-Semitism, no.
So what's why the difference then? Why is it cool to...
I just think it's a good conflict to have a lot of strong feelings about. It's like you've got imperialism and colonialism and white people and brown people and big guy and small guy and US-backed power versus Soviet-backed power. And it's just like all the...
It's not exciting. What's the difference there between like China versus the Uyghurs? Isn't that like a big power versus a small power and a colonialism
but China is
versus
like,
not?
The types of people that protest this stuff don't think that like China or Russia can do much wrong or that US is always more wrong. So they're more fixated on that.
Yeah, so I just don't care. Honestly,
fine.
So if you ask me,
we're not asking about your opinions. You're not out there protesting. So
no, you asked me what I thought should happen.
So if you disagree with the protest, what should happen? You just said I asked you what should happen. You just said they're retarded. Is that like a spell you want to cast on them, or
yes,
what does that mean?
That is a spell.
Yes, we understand. You think they're retarded. I think they're retarded. We have a right to protest as the United States of America.
No, I agree. You have a right to protest.
So they should be allowed to protest, and as long as they're not breaking any rules.
I'm thinking about myself when I was a kid. Like I would do some stupid shit like this.
Yeah, like
for like what?
Oh, nothing.
Why? Why can't you?
I don't know.
What's wrong?
I was just going to accelerate too quickly. It wasn't even funny.
Yeah, it's not funny.
I know.
But we're trying to have a conversation. Are we not?
Stop talking.
Okay. I would do stupid shit like this for sure. Even in obviously not understanding the conflict at all, but I would put myself out there and I would do it.
Yeah, that's what kids do.
Yeah, they're stupid.
Yeah.
Should they have their life ruined for it?
Probably not.
You know, this happened
probably not
55 years ago at Columbia. Almost the exact same way, where there was a
Vietnam.
They were protesting Vietnam.
I read that Reddit thread also.
Yeah,
it was a Reddit thread.
It's not a Reddit thread. It's one of the.
Sorry, that's something that Hassan said.
It's one of the biggest moments in the history of the Vietnam War.
Oh yeah, and it's in the Columbia book about a big moment about how they occupied the dean's office. I read that Reddit thread also.
Good. Deflect with sarcasm. Good. It's in your roots.
You don't want to talk to you like that, Dan? Take him out.
They shouldn't have their lives fucked up, but they're contributing to something that's fucked up and they don't understand. Something's got to.
You can't have consequences because you disagree with what they're protesting for. You should be allowed to protest and like support Nazis or support, I don't know, genocide or whatever the fuck.
I'm not
it's the
saying you
United
can't
States.
protest. I'm just, I feel like there may be the talk shit, get hit element has to be. We put people in jail for shit when they're 17. If you kill someone, you're a moron when you're 17. If you kill someone, you go to jail for the rest of your life.
Not generally, but okay.
You don't think so? Not generally? What do you think the odds are? If you kill someone when you're 17, you go to jail for the rest of your life?
2%.
Really?
You should be tried as a minor, right?
At 17?
You are a minor, right?
I think probably most.
basis.
I think usually you get charged as not as a minor. You know, just to be clear, you're the one who is like best friends with Mr. Girl. To be clear here, all right. As you do the laughs and you talk about coming and Lunchables and everything else.
When I was 17 as a minor, Dan's eyes got so wide there. He was like, wait, what?
You know who you are? You're a bad person, okay? And bad things happen to bad people. I want you to know that. Do you understand that?
Okay.
That's just the way of the world. Bad things happen to bad people.
You better watch yourself, okay? Because
Or
in a few
what?
years, you're
What?
going to be coming to people like me saying, I need you to shelter me, okay?
From what?
From all the people that are coming after your kind right now, okay? You better watch the out.
I'm smart. I'll be the leader when that happens.
We got an ex-military guy right now who'd be first in line to take you out, so you better be careful.
That wasn't really a sign of no, I wouldn't, Dan. That's
because I snorted alcohol. Listen, Dan.
you can say no, I wouldn't be that guy, Dan.
Listen, Dan. I wouldn't be that guy, but you're kind of because Steven and I live in apartments, and we don't have attics.
For you to hide in, your family.
Oh, I understand. I get the logic.
That was an okay joke.
It was all right. I'm going out shooting. I'm not dying on my knees. I'm living on my feet.
We'll
Anyway.
see. We might not have attics here, but we do have ovens.
You carry a knife with you?
If I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Why?
Because I'm not going to compromise my defensive position by revealing to you what I have to defend myself with. Who knows how unhinged you'll get this show.
I carry a knife with me.
I know you do. I know exactly where you keep it too.
Yeah? Where?
Yep. Back left pocket.
Wrong.
Back right pocket.
Wrong.
Right pocket.
Yes.
Left. Okay. See? Right.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What other topics do we have to go over here? Boy.
What do you think about the bear versus man thing?
What is that?
So it's a new way to show the thoughts of the real, uncensored, unfiltered thoughts of women. There's been a huge online poll saying if you were a woman and you were in the forest, what would you rather have appear next to you, 30 feet away from you, a man or a bear? And all these women are putting in bear because they're saying at least a bear won't me.
Would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
The bear. Bear.
There's no way.
Yep. You haven't seen this trend? It's actually one of the most retarded things I've ever seen in my entire life.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Anyone who does it is obviously virtue signaling.
Yeah, no shit.
And anyone who does it should be relentlessly made fun of.
Yeah, well, that's the current thing. That's quote.
You know what
current
you
thing.
should do? You should respond to those people, and you should have shovel in your tweet somewhere.
I had to go to the airport at 5 a.m. this morning.
Really? That's impressive.
Wait, you flew out and in today?
Yeah, went to DC this morning, came back.
Talk some shit about the thing. This will be like more relevant once the show comes out. So what happened? Tell us what happened on the thing.
It was it was a master class in everything.
Rape?
No, just in every. I just know.
You said it was in everything.
I know
so.
all the histories of everything.
So
every
how did
time
it
they
go?
brought up anything.
So tell me some poggers moments that happened during this event.
I don't remember.
You don't remember a single poggers moment?
Just if they brought something up, I knew all the context to everything, so I felt smart. I felt good.
Okay.
Oh, and I asked him. I was like, "Will you admit that that Hamas shoots out of civilian clothing?" And he's like, "I don't know about that." I was like, "You said they shoot out of hospital?" I was like, "I don't know about that." It's good. I had good talking points. It was poggers.
That sounds.
Oh, they tried to bring up. They both tried to get. Oh, I got Ryan to pull a Destiny.
Really?
They were like. I think they brought up shooting unarmed men, and I was like, it doesn't matter if they're armed or not. It matters if they're militants. And they were both like, if they don't have guns, they can't be militants. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, the violation of international law. And I was like, no, you're talking about hors de combat, people that can't be killed in combat. But just because you don't have a gun doesn't mean that they can't shoot you. And they're like, of course you can't shoot somebody with guns. And then I was like, you think if you were in an army and you just dropped your guns and ran away, you wouldn't be able to get killed? And then they stopped for a minute, and then Ryan's like, let me look this up. And you know what? He didn't ever say anything about it for the rest of the show because he looked it up and he saw that.
I'm going to tell you something. You let people go too much on that.
I know I do.
Like, and it's
not as much
often-
on this one though. On this one, there were like 4 times where I was like, I'm going to ask this over, and you're not answering, and you're not answering. And then the lady next to me, Emily, was like, he's right, you're not answering. I was like, good job, Emily.
That shit, like, it goes hard. I think sometimes you'll have someone dead to rights, and like, you'll ask once, you'll be like, hey, listen, I'm going to ask again. What happened here? And they won't answer, or they give like a fake answer. I feel like at points like that, you can go so much harder.
Yeah, no, I'll
for the
start
third
doing it.
time.
I'll start doing it. I will. I need to.
Like, so you'd be like, I'm going to ask you again. And then you ask again, and they still don't answer. Be like, I just want to be clear. This is the 3rd time I've asked you about this shit, and you still haven't answered. And do you know why you haven't answered?
Yeah.
It's because I your wife, and you're mad about it.
True.
That's what you need to say.
Wait,
that
wait.
level of hype.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Not to put water on this, but looking at the International Humanitarian Law Database, it says the introduction of these words made it unlawful for an enemy to attack, kill, ill-treat, or in any way harm a fallen and unarmed soldier.
What are we
Is that
talking
just
about?
and unarmed?
He's
if they're
confusing right
fallen?
now that like if you're injured and unable to participate in combat, he thinks it's the same thing as not having a weapon on you, which is not.
Oh.
If
No,
you're a
I'm-
fallen soldier and you've been wounded and you're rendered inoperable or
also,
incapable of
Steven,
fighting, then
to
you're not allowed
be
to.
clear, I'm asking you because
You said you
you've
put
read so
water on
much.
this. You're putting water on this?
Also,
I said potentially put
to
water
be
on
to be
this.
clear, like a soldier, I believe, needs to be wearing a uniform. Is that
Also, wait,
accurate?
hold on. Well, no. That, for non-state actors, this still applies. But also, we really just have to think about this. Like, you can just run this in your head. If a military is fighting, can they just drop their guns and walk away and be completely immune from getting shot? That is clearly not the case. It would never happen. That can't be that way. That would just be comical. But if a soldier is rendered like wounded, you're not supposed to walk up to soldiers that are wounded on the battlefield and unarmed.
Okay.
The reason why
I was just asking.
No, yeah, that's good. The reason why they have wounded and unarmed there is because you can be a wounded soldier and still fight. But if you're wounded and you don't have like a gun on you and you're just like on the ground and they come back, they're not allowed to like do that. I think there's a specific name for when you when a soldier's on the ground, you walk and you like execute them. I think there's a name for this when you walk
Murder?
through the battlefield and like shoot people that are down. You're not supposed to do that.
Murder?
No, I think there's like an actual name.
Isn't that literally murder though?
I'm gonna. Sorry.
What?
I think it was a cum joke or something. I don't remember.
A cum joke?
Yeah.
You know,
Coup de grace. That's what they said.
the coup de grace.
Coup de grace.
God, you're so stupid and uneducated.
How do you both get baited by that so easily?
You're
Because you're dumb enough. You're like, I don't like mayonnaise. Don't go on nothing.
You guys were
Tell us
so
about
excited
mayonnaise.
to share off. Go ahead, girl. I didn't know that one. You guys were so excited.
How do
You
you
both
pronounce
jumped
that?
on that at the same time.
Steven,
Oh my
dumb.
god.
How do you pronounce that Jewish holiday that begins with Yom? What is it? Yom
You
what?
realize the only reason I went from saying Yom Kippur to Yom Kippur is because I heard every Jewish scholar reference it as Yom Kippur, and I was like, oh, I guess they just say Yom Kippur, and that's why the Jewish guy
That's
that
like
came
how
on said.
how a redneck would say.
They
it.
literally in Israel. I think I've heard Benny Morris say Yom Kippur, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess it's fucking Yom
I gotta
Kippur.
go
then.
on down. I'm busy. I'm going down to Yom Kippur.
I can't go to the hoedown this weekend because it's Yom Kippur, you know?
And that's exactly how they would say, Yom Kippur, with a rolling.
Kippur.
Oh my god.
Yom Kippur. That's the proper way of doing it. And we're in
I'm
Passover.
gonna knock you the f out, and then I'm gonna coup de grace you when you're on the ground. Okay.
Not a chance that's gonna happen. If you enjoyed the show, there's an extra hour of the show available on Patreon, which you can get to by going to patreon.com/anything else. It's the only place you can watch it. If you try to watch it anywhere else, I'll fucking kill you. Pirate piece of shit. Fuck. That's it. And it won't work
Oh my
anyways.
god! If I made a website to pirate this show, I would just call the website like link. I would just call it anywhere else.
Yeah, I'd
Because then you can find
DMCA it.
anything else
I'm
anywhere
gonna
else.
DMCA it also. Okay. All right, that's it.
Oh my god! When we do guest episodes, we can call it anyone else. We could have like a whole different universe of things.
That's true. That'll be funny. We can do that.
Didn't you used to do with cats like any meow or whatever? Didn't you say shit like that? We should have episodes where we both have a
Right
cat.
now.
We should have episodes with cats on the table.
Yeah.
That'd be so cute.
They would fight.
No, I'll have a nice one, and then you'll have a nice one. Can we do one episode like that?
What cat are you gonna bring?
I know some. Don't worry.
You can have Eve, Steve. She'll sit
No,
on
I
there.
want a cat.
Fuck you. Dogs are better.
Only if I can
All
fucking
right.
pet it.
All right, that's it.
All right, anything else?
No, nothing else. That's it. Thanks for coming and supporting the show and everything else. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming.
You know what Dan's thinking about.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming. I gotta go.
Pizza Lunchables.
You're so fucked.
Kill it.
All right, bye.